guys, it's Robyn Eckersley. Thank you for joining me and Chelli Wolford for the 4th episode of the Activated Women podcast. This is an opportunity for me to share with you all of the amazing women that are in my life. I feel very lucky to be connected with so many women who are doing such awesome things with their lives and just who they are and the type of work that they're doing and the type of influence they're having on society and the people around them. So here's my opportunity to share some of those amazing people with you. Chelli, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
This is Chelli Wolford. She is the co-founder and chief bloomer of Bloom. Can you give us a little overview quickly of what Bloom is?
Bloom is a co-working space for women at the grittiest level, but really a community for women to come together, work together in a beautiful space and show up as they are and feel safe and inspired and connected to other women pursuing their passions and dreams.
Yes. Yeah. So when was Bloom opened? How long has it been around?
Bloom was opened October 2nd of 2017.
Yay!
And I signed the lease May of last year. So it was a dream that was in the making for a couple of years. And then it took a few months to make it a reality. And now, it's been open since October.
Awesome. So you guys watching this might have heard of Bloom before because I talk about Bloom all the time. And I've been working out of this space since January, and it is a community. It's not just a space. It is a community of incredible people, and the women that work here are very driven, and they're very much in the zone of wanting to make a difference in the world. So we'll get back to Bloom in just a second, but for now, what would you say your core values are?
It's funny. So the conference rooms at Bloom are all named after my core values.
Yes.
So authenticity is very important to me. Resilience, wisdom, and then I put some other ones on here like loyalty and passion.
Awesome. So was there a point, unless you run into someone like a life coach, unless you run into people in like the personal development world, you don't really hear the term core values being tossed around. So was there ever a point in your life where you became conscious of your values? Not that you were living according to them kind of subconsciously. Was there a point where you became specifically aware of those particular values?
I think there's so many points that I became aware of, and probably very early on too. So I went to college at the Naval Academy, which is all about honor and integrity. So they didn't call them core values, but that's what the entire institution's built upon. So I know I wrangled with that a lot with some of the things that happened to me at the academy, and they seemed totally misaligned with what I thought the core values were.
Right.
So I think the situations like that where I became very aware of my core values when they were being threatened. So whether you're in a relationship with somebody who's not honest or feeling, I think when I feel friction, then when I get quiet, I go, okay, something's being threatened right now. Like this is something that's important to me, and it's being put upon in a way that I do not like.
That's one of the most it's one of the most effective ways to figure out what your core values are, is to realize, okay, at what points in my life have I felt that something is totally wrong. Something's totally wrong, or you're really angry, or you're feeling a sense of like rage or indignation or disgust. Those feelings are such indicators into, okay, so what line is being crossed? Right?
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I love, so we are sitting in a room at Bloom called Ease. Yeah. So talk to me about where ease plays out in your life.
Ease is such an important one to me now. Ease came about from years of being in situations, whether it was the military, the corporate world, music industry, where I've always felt like I was having to prove that I belonged there, that I had to like earn my right to be there. So ease represents to me in this chapter of my life, in this space that I created, a place that I want women to just like it to be flow and easy and no unnecessary striving. Like I'm always striving. I always want to do better. I always want to create more and make impact, but I don't want to do it for the sake of proving myself. Yeah. That's what ease means to me. I love that.
I love that. So I love that you walk the talk. You know what you stand for, and you overtly act out those values, and they are definitely aligned with you personally and professionally. And if you were to think about what your life would ideally represent for other women, what would you say that is?
I would hope that that women who know my story, and whether it was situations I went through with rape, molestation as a child, or just recently losing the baby girl I was taking care of through a foster situation, I would hope that I give women hope that no matter how dark your life can be, that you can come out the other side more graceful, stronger, even more open-hearted, you know? So I think if I had any legacy, I always joke and say if I was hit by a bus tomorrow, I hope I'm not, but if I were, I would hope, I would hope my legacy is that, that no matter what life deals you, you can handle it. First of all, there's a purpose for it, and you can grow from it. There's blessings in every curse, always. Always.
Yeah. And that being said, is there a particular group of people or a particular community that you would hope to shine that light for, to be an inspiration for in particular?
Definitely women, definitely younger women. But I also have like in my own, I do a lot of writing on Facebook. I use it as my blog basically. And I have a lot of men that follow me as well. So I have I think a soft spot in my heart for women and young and children because they're so innocent and they, so that's, probably women and children for sure.
Wonderful. So this is called the Activated Women podcast. How would you describe a woman who is activated? She's living an activated life. What does that mean to you?
Oh, I think to me it means you're showing up, you're aware. It doesn't mean perfection of any kind. It's like activated is I'm aware. I'm showing up in my life, especially when I don't want to show up in my life. Like in moments
no matter what.
Yeah. Like even if you show up and go, I love this because this happens all the time at Bloom, and it warms my heart when women come in and they're like, oh, I don't feel like adulting today, or I just feel sad, or I don't know what's going on. But it's just, but still that's showing up and being activated because they're, one, in touch with what they're feeling. Yeah. And two, being vulnerable enough to say it out loud. Yeah. And three, usually doing something about it. Yeah. So it's like having a piece of chocolate or, whatever it is, going and working out.
Whatever she needs.
Yeah. So having self-care and self-awareness.
I love that. It's kind of, it's consciously accepting the highs and the lows and moving forward regardless. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that. Cool. All right. So one more question I have for you is what are three of the biggest lessons that you have learned in your life so far?
That's such a good question. I mean, I've learned so many, and some of them have taken me many times to learn. Like several instances. One is like you have to love yourself. For real, not bumper sticker, hashtag love yourself. I mean, you really need to love who you are, accept who you are, the lightness, the dark, all of it, period. Like it's your job. That's very important. And I think when you get that down, then the other lessons, like realizing you can't be in a relationship with somebody that you're trying to fix or love them better or like whatever, story you're telling yourself. Yeah. So that's definitely one of the biggest lessons. Also, the sooner that you can take a terrible situation, the sooner that you look for the purpose in it, the sooner your suffering will end. So instead of oh my God, why did this happen to me? And believe me, I've thought that, I've felt that
For sure.
many, many times. But the difference between me at 45 and me at 25 is I would stay in that victim mode way longer.
Yeah.
And these days I go, okay, this sucks so much, but what's the bigger picture here? What am I not seeing?
Yeah.
What's the purpose behind the pain? So that's a huge lesson. And then also like, just, you can't take life too seriously.
Yeah.
You just can't. Like, there's things that I just had this conversation with a member yesterday, things that would have absolutely rattled me or unraveled me like 10 years ago, now it's like a Tuesday. Like it just doesn't, it's not worth it. My brother says this all the time, and I agree. Like, it's, after you've been through so many things, you get stronger. It really, like, what does not kill you does make you stronger. And then it's all kindergarten from that point.
It's all kindergarten.
It's all kindergarten. It's all easy.
I love it. I love it. So let's talk about Bloom real quick, and who Bloom is best for. Who would you love to see come into this space and be part of this community?
Activated women.
Yes.
No, really. Absolutely. Like, women that are pursuing their own passions, but also are very invested in other women achieving their goals and dreams, that are thoughtful about the energy they bring to a room. I think that's very important. Like, it's so much more about energy to me than it is about like a space to work. I mean, it's a beautiful space to work. It's a beautiful space to work.
It definitely is. It's gorgeous.
But it's really about the personality and the energy that women bring in, because it adds to the collective. Like, we have an amazing energy.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It's so amazing. I couldn't have built it if I tried like that way. So it's, so Bloom is for women that are thoughtful and striving in a good way and have dreams and goals, but also can laugh and help support other women.
I love it. Okay, great. Well, Bloom has become such an important part of the community here in Las Vegas. And if you would like to come by, I know you can give tours.
I can.
Between, what are the hours?
The hours for the summer are 9 to 5. So anytime between 9 and 5, Monday through Friday. Come in.
You can come in and get a tour and meet some of us. And I know you have a special for the summertime.
We do. It's a Bloom summer special. So it's usually unlimited. It's $149 a month. So for $99 a month, you get unlimited access to the space, which is amazing.
Which is insane.
It's an incredible deal. You have a 3-month commitment, but you get unlimited access for the whole summer, which is great.
Excellent. Great. Okay. And so how can people get in touch with you to learn more about you, to learn more about Bloom and getting involved? How can they contact you?
I am cleverly disguised as Chelli Wolford under Facebook and Instagram.
Just like a ninja.
Yeah, so clever. And then Bloom Las Vegas on Instagram and Bloom Las Vegas on Facebook.
Perfect. Great. Well, thank you so much, Chelli, for joining me and for joining us. You are doing so many things for the community here, and you're really, really making a difference. So thank you for showing up every day, even if you feel like it or not. Pushing forward.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just the beginning. I have so many more great plans for Bloom. So this is just the beginning.
Yeah, we should definitely do a follow-up. Where is she now?
Yes, I love that.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us, guys, for the Activated Women podcast. If you have someone that you would like to be interviewed and you believe is an activated woman, let me know. And of course, if you have questions for Chelli, please reach out to her on Facebook, on Instagram, online. She's everywhere as Chelli Wolford and Bloom Las Vegas. And we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you.